Alex Eala falls to dominant Marta Kostyuk in Italian Open opener. UKRANIAN Marta Kostyuk showed no mercy, delivering a clinical performance against Alex Eala, 6-0, 6-1 in the opening round of the Internazionali BNL d'Italia in Rome. Eala looked lost as she traded baseline bombs with Kostyuk, who broke 6 times and never faced a breakpoint at any point in the match. The world no. 27 from Ukraine also fired 19 winners to Eala's 3. This ends the Filipina's run in the WTA 1000 tournament. Not a good thing for her confidence heading to Roland Garros, where Eala will make her Grand Slam debut as a pro. The match began with a fierce opening game that lasted 10 minutes as Eala fought hard to hold serve. Despite Eala's early resistance, Kostyuk, the world no. 27, edged out the game to take a 1-0 lead, then proceeded to sweep the rest of the set, capitalizing on her consistent ground strokes to gain control throughout. Just last Monday, Eala reached her career-high ranking of no. 70 in the world. The following set, Kostyuk extended her lead to 4-0, continuing her aggressive baseline play and sharp returns before Eala finally broke through at 1-4. The Ukrainian, though, quickly regained control and closed out the match at 6-1, sealing a comprehensive win in just over an hour. Kostyuk now advances to the second round, where she will face Canadian Leylah Fernandez, seeking to build on her strong form after a semifinal finish in Madrid last week. Meanwhile, Eala will shift focus to the doubles draw, where she is set to partner with world no. 3 Coco Gauff of the United States. The promising pair is scheduled to face Russia's Alexandra Panova and Hungary's Fanny Stolar in the opening round. The match is set for Friday, with the exact time still to be confirmed. Alex Eala falls to dominant Marta Kostyuk in Italian Open opener. A collision of rising stars under the Roman sun. In the golden glow of the Roman afternoon, where centuries of history loom over the modern spectacle of sport, Alexandra Eala took her first swing on the red clay of the Italian Open. The young Filipina, just 19 years old and already a symbol of sporting ambition in Southeast Asia, arrived at the Foro Italico, not merely to play, but to stake a claim. Yet, as fate would have it, her opening round opponent was none other than Marta Kostyuk, a Ukrainian prodigy turned polished professional, who greeted her debut with a ruthless display of power and poise. In just over an hour, the match was over, 6-1, 6-2 in Kostyuk's favor. But what transpired on that sun-drenched court was not just a simple victory in defeat. It was a snapshot of 2 journeys unfolding at different speeds. Kostyuk, the more experienced of the two, showed the force of what lies further down the road. And Eala, though outplayed, revealed the spark of potential and the courage to stand on such a daunting stage. The match, a masterclass in momentum. From the moment the first ball was struck, it was clear that Marta Kostyuk came to Rome with purpose. She dictated play with the kind of relentless aggression that's become her signature, painting the lines with her forehand, attacking second serves with precision, and closing out points with surgical efficiency. Her serve was potent, her movement fluid, and her strategy airtight. Eala, meanwhile, fought to find her rhythm. Her shots, usually so well-placed and thoughtfully constructed, were hurried by Kostyuk's pace. She found herself pushed behind the baseline, constantly scrambling, constantly reacting. It wasn't that she lacked composure. Eala is nothing if not mentally tough. But she was being forced into corners. She had little experience navigating at this level. Kostyuk broke Eala's serve early in the first set and never let up. The set was over in a blur, 6-1. The second began with a flicker of resistance from the Filipina, who began to find more depth in her shots and the courage to go for her winners. She held serve and even earned a break point at one stage, but the gap in intensity and timing was too wide to bridge in a single afternoon. Kostyuk slammed the door shut with back-to-back aces and a barrage of winners, wrapping up the match 6-2. It was decisive, it was dominant, but it was also instructive. Eala, the grace of a young warrior. There's a certain dignity in the way Alex Eala carries herself, win or lose. That's one reason why she's captured the imagination of fans far beyond the Philippines. With each step she takes onto a main draw court, she brings with her the hopes of an entire archipelago and the curiosity of a tennis world watching her growth. She didn't walk onto the court in Rome as a favorite. She didn't walk off it in despair. Her head was high, her eyes forward, her hands steady, because she understands what this journey demands. Tennis is not won in one tournament. It's earned brick by brick, lesson by lesson. Eala's performance, though not enough on this day, was filled with moments of clarity. A forehand down the line that whistled past Kostyuk's reach, a deft drop shot that landed like silk on the clay, a rally won with pure tactical awareness. Those are the glimpses that remind us this teenager is no ordinary player. Her court sense, footwork, and shot selection are all evolving rapidly. What she lacks in top-tier match experience, she makes up for with an uncommon maturity. Kostyuk, a glimpse of the future Eala aims. For Marta Kostyuk has long been seen as one of the most promising players of her generation. At 15, she was making waves at Grand Slams. Now, at 22, she has grown into a complete player, dangerous on any surface, resilient in pressure moments, and increasingly comfortable carrying expectations. Against Eala, she played not only with precision, but with a confidence that comes from years of battle. She knew exactly when to raise the tempo, when to mix up spins, and when to go for the kill. It was a performance worthy of a deep tournament run, and a reminder that her ceiling remained sky-high. For Eala, this was not just an opponent, it was a possible future self. What she saw across the net was a player who had once stood where she stood, wide-eyed on the edge of greatness, braving the ruthless realities of the WTA Tour. Kostyuk is proof that setbacks become stepping stones when met with relentless belief and tireless work. The bigger picture. Why this match matters. It's easy to look at a lopsided score line and see only failure. But those who understand the journey of a tennis player know better. What happened in Rome was not just a debut defeat for Eala. It was a valuable chapter in a long and ambitious novel. To reach the top levels of professional tennis requires more than talent. It demands grit, adaptation, and patience. Rome is not a dead end for Eala. It's a checkpoint. She now knows what the top tier feels like. She knows what a top 30 player does to your game plan, and she knows what must be done to reach that level. This experience will feed her. It will fuel the next weeks of training, the next decisions made with her team, and the next time she steps onto a court. Her journey is still in its early chapters, and each tough match is a paragraph that sharpens her story. The heart of a nation. Back home, the Philippines. Tennis is not yet a mainstream sport, but that is beginning to change. Because of Eala, young athletes are picking up rackets. They are watching her, studying her, dreaming with her. Her loss in Rome might be a headline, but her influence is far deeper than the box score. She represents more than a ranking or a result. She represents belief. The belief that even from a tropical island nation without a tennis legacy, a champion can rise. That belief was not shaken in Rome. If anything, it grew stronger. Onward from Rome. Alex Eala's 2024 campaign continues. There will be more matches, more courts, more first-round battles. She'll win some, she'll lose some. But every step, even the painful ones, are leading her somewhere remarkable. As the Italian sun set over the clay courts and Kostyuk advanced to the next round, Eala walked off into a future still full of possibility. She had tasted the elite level. Now, she will work to return, not just as a challenger, but as a contender. Rome has seen gladiators rise and fall, but it has always respected those who return stronger. And Alex Eala will be back, not just to compete, but to conquer.